Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1068 and 205 Live episode 165, both broadcast on February 7th, 2020. So I am recording this a couple of days later. I'm recording this on Monday, the following Monday afternoon. It is the 10th. So I'm going to try to remember specifics from my notes. I took pretty good notes, pretty extensive notes. But the title of the podcast, the title of this episode, I don't remember what that's from. I hope that I think when I remember when I was writing it, like, am I going to remember this, what part of the show this was from? So I hope, oh yeah, I did. Okay. I did write down where it is in next to where it happened as well. But the title of this episode is Goodness, Man. A quote from Heath Slater as he is talking to Daniel Bryan. Well, we'll get to that in just a little bit. That happened after the halfway point of the episode, I think. But anyway, we open up with The Miz and John Morrison with the dirt sheet, and they show the trailer for their new film, Once Upon a Time on the Dirt Sheet. That was pretty good. I liked it. Let's see. The New Day come out, and they talk about how they're really impressed by Mr. Miz, who appeared in that trailer. And then reminded The Miz that Mr. Miz is his father's favorite wrestler is Kofi Kingston. And the Usos come out after the Miz and Morrison said that they beat all of the tag teams on SmackDown, and the Usos took issue with that. But then the Miz and Morrison attack, and then we go into our match of the Usos versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The Usos won that match, and then backstage we see that Corbin is very angry, and he abuses a video engineer. Because why was he doing that? Why was he so mad about all of the... I think he was mad that they were playing the replays of him being covered in dog food from last week and all that. Elias starts to sing a song. He's interrupted by Sami Zayn and Cesaro. We get Elias versus Cesaro, and Elias wins that match via flying elbow. Corbin demands respect for being a king, respect for the crown, and he demands one more match with Roman Reigns. And he also pours a drink on a fan. That was a pretty good moment. I was trying to find a picture. Okay, so my I have a WhatsApp chat. I've mentioned it before. If you're interested in joining the WhatsApp chat, send me a message on Twitter, either at TIW Podcast or at JKIRE. Either one of those, I'll probably get it. Send me just a regular mention because the direct messages might not get through. But I don't know what my settings are for that. But anyway, so this on the chat, since its inception, it was originally started by somebody else, and that person left the chat at some point after us. It was made for WrestleMania, going into last year's WrestleMania. That person left, which left like the next person who had joined as the administrator, and that person never used it. So we were getting all these spam bots and stuff. And because none of us had the authority to boot people out or anything like that. So I said, hey, should we do a non-spam group so that like one of us or multiple of us are administrators so that we don't have this problem? And having multiple administrators, if one of us does something, what does happen to one of us, then that we can, the other people, or one of us just loses interest, not that something nefarious happened or something, then there are others who can cover things and keep people from being spam bots and all that kind of thing. So anyway, from its inception, as being a no spam group, I called the group no spam no spam King Corp. This is really hard to say out. I've never said this out loud, I don't think. No spam King Corbin chat was the name of the chat. And this week was like kind of a breaking point. Like, good Lord. So Roman Reigns, he accepts this challenge, but only if it's a cage match. And that's going to happen. Is it next week? Is that going to happen at Super Showdown? I don't know. They didn't announce exactly when that's happening, but it is happening. This feud continues as I think the fact I like King Corbin, but I think the fact that this not that it has any actual influence at all, but I was like, I feel like I'm jinxing it by keeping this as the group name and all that. So I'm going to change it. I asked for recommendations, but I changed it to something and nobody offered recommendations anyway. So now it's the no spam rated R chat. And then it's a picture of Edge when he returns at the Royal Rumble. So hopefully this breaks the streak. Hopefully we get no more after. Well, we have this one more match, but hopefully this saga finally discontinues. But Roman comes out, he attacks, and then Corbin runs away, and then Roman accepts that challenge, like I just said. Then Goldberg, being advertised as appearing on the show, appeared via satellite, which is a real big bummer. So my friends Ricky and Russell, they went to the show because it was in San Jose. I did not go out to the show. I had talked about that I was going to be going to NXT in Las Vegas over this weekend. I said not to go because of the weather looked like it might not be so great, and I wasn't really looking forward to the times that the times of my flights weren't really that great and all that kind of thing. So I said, just pull the plug on that. Had a loss of I lost the ticket, as I wasn't able to resell it. I probably could have sold it like half price or something like that, but I was trying to think of a folksy saying that was like, if hand grenades were something, then we'd all be doing well or something. I don't know, something about hindsight. There's not a hand grenade analogy for hindsight, but I don't think, or there could be. I could think of something, but anyway, so I felt bad for them and anybody who was there, because it seemed like, oh, Goldberg's gonna be there, awesome, that's even more of a reason to go. But at the same time, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what opposition I'm trying to say. But speaking of WWE in California, it was announced today on Monday, February 10th, that WrestleMania 37, that's next year's WrestleMania 2020, will take place March 28th, 2020 at SoFi or Sophie? Is it SoFi or Sophie? I don't know. Stadium in Inglewood, California, which is the brand new stadium that's being built for the Chargers. And is it just the Chargers? Do they have another team? Are the Rams football? Are the Rams still in Los Angeles? I don't know. Who knows? A lot of people know. That's who knows. But anyway, it's the brand new stadium and it's going to be WrestleMania there next year. That's awesome. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. Let's see. So Goldberg, he appears via satellite and he challenges The Fiend for the Universal Championship because he never got a rematch for the Universal Championship. And Firefly Funhouse News interrupts and The Fiend accepts. So I think that has the potential to be either really awesome or really bad, or at the very least just very, very interesting. So, hey, we'll see what happens at Super Showdown. Because the rumors were, I wasn't really expecting, I thought maybe he was going to challenge Baron Corbin. But since this happened after Roman accepted the challenge, it's like, oh, it's not going to be Baron or Roman. So who will it be? Because the rumors, the biggest rumor that I had seen was that the Fiend would be challenged by Kane, which kind of made sense with some stuff that is going on a couple of weeks ago. Kane's appearance to help out Daniel Bryan, all that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. But this is more interesting, I think. I don't know if it'll be a better actual match. I think Kane can still go better than Goldberg can right now, maybe. And it depends. It depends. I think it works better. Kane versus Fiend makes better thematically, like they're characters that make sense together. Goldberg and the Fiend, like how is that match even gonna work? I don't know. Okay, anyway, we had backstage Heath Slater with this episode's title, talking to Daniel Bryan. Is like, man, I can't believe what the Fiend was doing to you. Is like going after your family and all that. And Daniel Bryan's, no, that was the Miz, that wasn't me. It's like, you, the Miz, the same thing. Goodness, man, that was real stupid of you to do the strap match and all that. And he's just like saying all that. He's like being all totally honest. Everything is just making Daniel Bryan mad. He's like, okay, meet me in the ring right now. So you get Daniel Bryan versus Heath Slater. Heath Slater just destroyed, and that was pretty fun to watch. I did enjoy that. Then we had Renee interview Braun about being the new Intercontinental Champion. He says he's going to challenge all comers anytime, any place, whatever. It wasn't officially an open challenge, and this is after Sami and Nakamura came out, and they demand a rematch. He says, "Yeah, I'll defend anyone, anytime." And Sami says, "Nah, not here. We'll decide, because right now the Revival is attacking you." So the Revival attacks Braun, and they are now part of Sami's faction. What is the Sami Foundation? Is it? No, that might be what his actual charity is called. That's not a good name for a heel. Let's give some a shout out to Sami Zayn and his humanitarian efforts. Let's see. It is called. Okay, come on. Put the name of the thing in the. I think it's Sami for Syria. Yeah, that's what it is. Sami for Syria launched another campaign recently to raise $50,000 for a mobile clinic. Their goal is to provide medical assistance for those people displaced from war or otherwise suffering from the volatile climate in the area. So that's an awesome goal and effort from Sami. So Sami for Syria, check that out. If you dislike him as a character right now, being a mean guy, go check out his humanitarian efforts with Sami for Syria, where he's doing a lot of good stuff. So anyway, okay, moving on. Otis prepares for his Valentine's date with a workout montage. That was pretty great. Then we had Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. Sheamus, I'm pretty sure this was a very quick match, but he continues the attack afterwards, and then Shorty G comes out to save Apollo from further assault. Then we had Carmella versus. This is the main event. I was looking forward to this. That was going to be pretty awesome, and it was the main event, which was great as well. And I thought it was pretty good. There was some great stuff throughout this match. I thought it was weird the person who won because they did not do all the cool stuff that the others did, but maybe that's kind of the point to get. Well, how is that the point? I don't know. Well, Bayley was on commentary for this. So it's Carmella versus Alexa Bliss versus Naomi versus Dana Brooke. By the way, Bowling for Soup released their new song and music video called Alexa Bliss. That's pretty good. I think that's the name of the band, Bowling for Soup. Go check it out. Just go to Alexa Bliss's timeline, and like half her posts are just retweets about it. But at least they were over the weekend. Carmella, she takes advantage and super kicks Naomi a couple of times and then gets the win. And then that was after. Okay, so Naomi, she countered the Twisted Bliss, which took Alexa out of action. And then as Naomi was going for the pin, she got super kicked twice. And that's how Carmella got the win. And immediately after victory, Bayley attacks Carmella. And that's interesting because Carmella and Bayley are like actual best friends. And so it'll be... I'm not upset because this is going to be interesting. And I just wonder, when is this match actually taking place? And hopefully this means that another match will take place before WrestleMania, if this one is taking place at Super Showdown maybe, or if it's just on TV. I don't know. But we also have Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, and it's different from what we've been seeing recently. Getting Lacey Evans out of there for a little bit, and getting to see this Fatal 4-Way is good. So yeah, moving on to 205 Live, real quick. I did not take specific notes about this, but we had Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch together again versus the Brian Kendrick and Arya Daivari. They get to Oney and Danny get disqualified because Oney uses a chair, and Danny stops him from using the chair some more because instead, get the table. So they go and get a table. I was worried there for a second that Danny was going to be like really upset with Oney and that they break up. He's like, I can't believe that you're acting like that. No, he's like, he stopped him because we weren't going far enough, and that was pretty great. So I really liked that. This whole episode of 205 was great. Well, I don't remember anything from the next match, so what I remember of this episode is great. But Joel Furr and Kevin Dixie, locals from San Jose, I guess, fought the Singh brothers, and the Singh brothers won. I don't remember anything about that one at all. But this next match, absolutely worth watching. Go watch this match. Second best match of the week. Only behind the main event from NXT UK. As I've mentioned in the last episode, that match was bonkers. Eddie Dennis versus Trent Seven. Steel Corners street fight. It's crazy. Go watch that match. So anyway, this match was also very, very good. It was Jordan Devlin, the new Cruiserweight champion, versus Lio Rush versus Tony Nese, a triple threat. So, no countouts, no disqualifications, all that good stuff that comes with triple threats. I didn't write specific things that happened. I can't remember specific things off the top of my head. I just remember this was super solid. Awesome stuff from all three of them. Jordan Devlin is winning me over every match that I see him now. I was kind of iffy on him for like the first year that I knew of his existence. I was like, Jordan Devlin, okay, I guess. But these last two matches that I think 2 or 3, he's had a few matches recently that I've just liked more and more and more. This match, even more. He's good. He's really good. Not that I didn't think he was good before. I just didn't know he was really, really good. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, Jordan Devlin won this match. I don't remember I'm not sure if this match was for the championship or not. I kind of feel like it was. And if it was, they didn't make a huge, huge deal about it. I'm not sure. But whatever the case is, he did win the match, and the match was great. So go check it out. I think that's everything I want to talk about in this episode. I watched some stuff over the weekend, and I can't remember exact. Okay, I finished. Oh, so the Oscars happened last night. Parasite won a bunch of of awards. I don't think I'm not sure if it won everything it was nominated for, but it won really big categories. It won Best Picture. It won Best International Feature. It won Best Original Screenplay and Best Director. So that's super awesome. I wish that some of the actors had been nominated from this film, because they were all they're also the reason the movie was fantastic. So it's a bummer that they weren't even in the support any of them in the supporting categories or anything like that. So anyway, that I did not watch the Oscars, but I was kind of refreshing the results and stuff throughout the night. I didn't fill out a pick sheet or anything like that, because unless I've seen all of the movies that are nominated, then it's really just oh, I like that movie. And that's also why I was rooting for Parasite to win, because it's one of the movies I had actually seen. But Little Women was great. What else was that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was awesome. I did like Joker, but I feel like a lot of people like it for the wrong reasons. But it is a good movie. What else was nominated? I can't remember what else was in there, but I did. Oh, Marriage Story was nominated for some stuff. Also, the Irishman. I have not watched The Irishman, but I did finally finish watching Marriage Story yesterday. It's pretty good. It was not really very fun to watch, I don't think. And then I also finished watching. Oh, what was the other movie I finished watching? It was Horse Girl, starring Alison Brie. That does tie into wrestling a little bit because she stars on Glow. This movie was, it was pretty stressful to watch, because it's about this woman who's going through some really stressful stuff, not knowing what is real or not, and worrying that if about whether or not she's suffering from mental illness, or if something else is going on. And it was kind of winning me over towards the end, but I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on recommending if you should check it out or not. I personally did not know anything about the film other than the little short synopsis on there, so I hadn't seen a trailer or anything like that. So that's probably a good. I would recommend checking out the trailer. I don't know how much the trailer gives away about the film, but I think if it looks interesting to you, check it out. If you already have Netflix, it's on Netflix. So, it's not as big of an investment as going to the theater or something like that. So, I'd say, check out the trailer at the very least. It is interesting. It's very different. There were some other films that it was kind of reminding me of at times, just thematically, but not necessarily visually and stuff like that. It didn't I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but it's very interesting. I thought it was well made. Alison Brie does a great job at playing this role, but I did not necessarily enjoy it. It did stress me out a lot. And I just after watching it, I felt like I need to watch something now, because I watched this and right after I watched I watched this and then I finished watching Marriage Story. I was like, okay, I need to watch something that's just fun and kind of mindless. And so I watched 3 episodes of The Movies That Made Us. There are only 4 episodes. I did not watch the 4th episode because I have not seen that movie, and it's a movie I should see. especially before watching like a making of type of thing. But it's done in this. It's done in the style of The Toys That Made Us, which is a great series on Netflix. They just do 4 episodes at a time for either of the shows. The guy who does the narration for these, he's got a pretty sweet gig going. As long as they keep, I think they will keep making these. They might do the games. Oh, I hope they make the Games That Made Us and do like a Super Mario episode, do a Frogger episode. That better be in the works, because I would watch those like twice. Because the toys, like, yeah, I like the toys and stuff, but it's a lot of like, it's, I wasn't as into toys as I was as into video games, still to this day. But anyway, the first episode is about Dirty Dancing, which I haven't seen, but I feel like I'm not gonna ever really watch that probably. So I didn't mind watching that one, and it was a pretty cool episode. But then the second episode was about Home Alone, which was great, and then the third episode is about Ghostbusters, which was even greater. The final episode is about Die Hard, and like I just said, I have not seen Die Hard. I've seen a lot of clips from it. I've seen and heard so many references to it. I think I've seen one of the later movies, but I might be thinking of a different franchise. I think I might have seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, possibly. Or I think there's one where he's teamed up with his son, and it's like the first time that happens, because I think it's happened since then. I think that might be the one that I saw. If that one is a different one from Die Hard with a Vengeance, which that might be that one. I don't know. Obviously, I don't even remember that much. So I don't want to watch this episode unless I have actually finally watched Die Hard. And the whole, is Die Hard a Christmas movie and all that kind of thing? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. The arguments that people make either way, like, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. No, like both arguments sound fine to me, but without having actually seen it, I don't have a dog in that race. But I've mentioned this before. Nightmare Before Christmas is 100% a Christmas movie because it has Christmas in the title. You dummy. Like if you don't think that movie is a Christmas movie, I haven't seen that movie in forever, but it has Christmas in the title. It has Christmas in the title. Why is it even an argument? It has Christmas in the title. Can you think of any movies that have Christmas in the title that aren't Christmas movies? I can't. I wasn't trying very hard, but I can, like, I can't think of any other titles right now, but that's a dumb thing to argue against, in my opinion. And I would go so far to argue that's how is that even an opinion? It's a Christmas movie. It's in the title. Okay. Why am I getting so riled up about Christmas in February? I don't know. But coming up this weekend, we have Valentine's Day with Otis going on his date with Mandy Rose, and that's going to be pretty great. But also, I will be this week. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog comes out this weekend. There's another movie that looks really cool that's coming out. Let me look that up real quick. Aha, yes. It is Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. I think that movie looks really cool. I do really want to see that. Let's see. And then next week we have Call of the Wild. I probably won't see that in the theater. And yeah, mostly Sonic the Hedgehog and Fantasy Island. Those are the two that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see them over this weekend because I will be going to flying to Seattle so I can drive up to Vancouver for SmackDown, and then the following night, Middleditch and Schwartz. And during the day, probably going to this fan expo, whatever it's called. Is it the Vancouver Fan Expo or something? I don't know. But 2 days of doing stuff in Vancouver. I'm super excited for that. And then head on down to Portland for NXT Takeover Portland. And then on Monday, I don't have a ticket for this yet because they don't have mobile tickets for some reason. Like, what the hell? At the place, I don't even remember the name of the arena, but it's in Everett, Washington. They're having Monday Night Raw there. So I'm currently planning on going to that, but I might do something different that day. I'm not sure. Because I don't have a ticket yet, but I assume that I'll be able to get a ticket at the box office the day of. The reason I don't want to get, it's physical tickets only from their website, which is insane, and then and you have to pay for the delivery fee. Okay, so I know a lot of people. I try not to complain about tickets fees. Because I just think of it that's part of the ticket price. It's fine. Even though it's higher than what the price is when you do the search or whatever. That's kind of annoying, but it goes. I don't know what it goes towards, but I try not to get too upset about it because it's just a thing. However, this site, this arena, whatever it is, it's like Land of the Roses Arena or something weird like that. As far as I could tell, you could not there's no mobile entry, and there's like $5 in fees. That's fine, whatever, for a $35 ticket, which brings it up to like $40.70 or something like that. But I look at the total. It's like $65 or something, or it might have been even more than that. I was like, wait a second. It might have even been like $80. I don't remember. But like where's that coming from? It's the delivery fee. And then they just have like one little the radio checkbox things. It only has one option. This is standard mail or whatever. $20 for standard mail for those tickets. What? That's not the cost of a stamp in an envelope, and the cost of the person to put the stamp on the envelope and then give it to the mail person. That's like 10 times the cost of that. So, man, so I'll just get tickets at the box office for that one. I don't ever do that. I've never done that, especially if I'm traveling to go to a show. I have never just bought the tickets when I get there. It seems risky in some cases, but I think I'm going to be all right. I don't think they're going to sell out 100%. There'll be some tickets available. I'm totally jinxing myself by saying that, probably. If that's not the case, then I'll go do something else. I'll be like, oh well, I'll go check out the Space Needle or something. I don't know. Okay, that's it. That is it. Let me know what you thought about this week's SmackDown and 205 Live and all the other stuff I talked about by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.